Okay, anyway. Now we go live. How is everybody doing today? You know, I knew... Okay, I'll explain the title, right? I knew someone would say, you just stole this idea from DT. So you know what? I'm going to preempt all of those comments by just telling you, yes, I stole this idea from DT. So you can get over it. Basically, is my point here, because it's gonna be my stream, but I like the idea, and I think it should be kind of fun. Let me get the stream playlist going. Cool. Stream playlist is going. Stream is streaming. We've already got technically one question, I guess. First question is, why is that tux so fat? Now, I will accept this as not a Linux question because it relates to my thumbnail. Is that tux kind of fat? Like, when I look up tux on, just, what is it, like, start page or DuckDuckGo or anything like that, that's sort of like the first tux that shows up, so maybe he's a bit chubby, but I don't know, don't be fat shaming that tux. He's just a bit chubby. He just needs to get to the gym a bit more. What? Why are all of you... It's 12:59 in Sweden. I don't care if you take the idea from someone else. It's fun to talk about other stuff. Yeah, well, I consider it very different for a regular video. Hi, hey DT, how you doing, man? It's a nice idea going off topic. All I got were annoying questions about BSD and anime. Now, that might be annoying for you, but the anime part's gonna be fine for me. I don't know what you would say about anime. Like, I don't know. I don't know if you've watched any. Like, maybe you watch, like, I don't know. Maybe Pokemon's come on at some point when you're just, like, flipping through channels on the TV. But I can't imagine that you've gone out of your way to actually watch any anime. Maybe you have. I don't know. I don't know what you do in your spare time, actually. Do you make it sound like in your videos that you're just constantly working? Which I can respect. I can definitely respect that. Is all of the audio fine? It seemed like it was fine when I was testing it earlier, but I'm not 100% sure on my end. Yes, stealing DT's idea. I don't know if you just rocked up. Preempting all of the comments, telling me that I'm stealing DT's idea. So that's what we're doing here. I did see a question scroll by earlier. Not the why is tux so fat. Brodie, tell us about your job. Your hobbies. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. Constantly working equals closet anime fan. I can see where people were going with that. Yeah, I can definitely work it out. Let's see. So, my job... Okay, right now I'm actually working as a night fielder in a supermarket. I know, super entertaining job. Basically, boxes come in on a truck. I take the boxes. I empty the boxes. They go on the shelf. Basically all I do. It's a pretty mindless job, but it's so easy that it gives me a lot of time to think about other stuff that I'm doing. Like a lot of my just general ranty topics, a lot of those actually came while I was working, because you don't really have much else to do. It's not like it's a job where you're constantly running around. Like the store I work at, it's a big store, but they always have like way too many people on. So it's always a pretty chill night and you can sort of just take it fairly easy. And I just realized the chat's not actually appearing on screen. Do I have chat on this one? Wait, maybe I don't. Give me 1 second. Is the chat just broken? Wait. No. I think chat's just broken. Okay, I'm gonna fix that before we get too late into the stream. Let's see, if I log out... wait. Oh, no, I know what happened. Streamlabs changed their API to version 3 and it broke all the links. Give me 1 second. Chat box. Copy the chat box link. I don't need it on the stream, but since I've got it here anyway, I might as well. If I transition into that, is that working now? Or is it... No, okay, it's definitely not working now. Maybe if I log out of Streamlabs. If it doesn't work, I'm not going to worry too much about it. It's not that big of a deal anyway. Let's see, while I'm doing that, What is your favorite anime? Oh, that's a tough question. I'm gonna have to say probably. Can I say the entire Monogatari series? Yeah, I'll go with that answer. If I can go with an entire series, I'll go with that. If I have to pick a specific item, I would probably have to go for probably the first season of Higurashi. Yeah. I'm gonna say that. It seems like the chat's still not working. Okay, whatever. We're just not gonna have the chat on our screen this time. Oh, Streamlabs, how you're wonderful. My hobbies. So what do I actually do? What do I do? Outside of the band thing that we're not allowed to talk about today, I spend a lot of time, obviously. I just work all the time. When I have some free time, I do obviously watch a bit of anime, as you can probably tell. But it seems like some of you guys do as well, so it makes for a interesting conversation topic. I haven't been, or I went fishing, I think, a couple of weeks ago. I do really enjoy fishing. I really need to get actually doing it more often. Doing it more often. Wow, that's a sentence structure. I would like to go fishing more often. That's how you speak. I definitely enjoy fishing. I've been enjoying learning Japanese recently. It's honestly a lot of fun. Like it's really nice to actually, I guess, when you start looking at the way another language is structured, you start to see how other cultures can basically understand concepts. Whereas if you just know this singular language, I don't know how to properly explain it. Basically, in Japanese and a lot of other languages, there are words for things where in English there would be an entire sentence that describes it. And it kind of gives you a different way of actually thinking about the world, basically. What else do we have in here? What animes have I watched recently? Right now I'm sort of just catching up. So, and then also watching pieces that are happening here and there. So last night I just finished the second season of Haikyuu to the Top. Honestly, that was an absolutely amazing season. Absolutely amazing. Also, I'm watching Jujutsu Kaisen as well. That's also really, really good. And then just bits and pieces from basically everywhere. Like, I'm watching the 2019 2020, what year did it start? Whatever the newest season of Pokemon is, I love Pokemon. I started watching again back in XY because that was honestly a really good season, and then I just kept going from there. I watched through Sun and Moon. A lot of Sun and Moon is not very good, and then we're here. And I like where we're at now. I kind of like the new direction the series is taking, where it's just like, you know what? We're just going to be a comedy series now, and that's basically all we're going to be. Maybe if I don't know. Whatever. We'll just accept the chat's not working. So what are we talking about, BSD? I'm going to say that anything you could consider remotely POSIX compliant is going to be banned. That's what I'm going to say. We can talk about Windows. Sure, we'll talk about Windows if you guys really want to talk about Windows. What is my favorite whiskey? Would I be really boring if I just said Jack Daniels? Like, I'm just a boring person with whiskey. I drink what I can get. I also like some pre-mixed drinks, like you can get these like Highland pre-mixed drinks. Can I show it on the screen? Dan Murphy's. Dan Murphy is a great store. It is where everyone should buy their alcohol in Australia. Buy wine, champagne, and whatever. Highland. Highland. Are we going to be able to find the premixes, or are we just going to find the expensive one? Here we go. Transition into this one. Here you go. So, I think you can... Oh, you see my Discord as well. Whatever. Yeah, this is what I drink a lot with my stepdad. I like it. It tastes really good. I know it's a pre-mixed drink, so, you know, you get the problems you get with premixes, but I enjoy it. So, hey, We're gonna go with that. Let's go back to... Where did my chat window... I lost my chat window. Where did my chat window go? Wait, I actually lost the chat window. Oh, there it is. Have you seen Code Geass? Yes, I've seen Code Geass. Are you from Australia? Yes, I'm from Australia. I am from South Australia. I lived in Queensland when I was starting primary school or elementary school, whatever you guys call it in your country. The first couple of years of schooling. And I moved back in, I think I was 10 years old or so. So whatever grade that ends up being for you guys. And then I've visited like New South Wales and Victoria and stuff, but I've never actually left the country. I haven't even gone to places like Tasmania yet, so yeah. I'm a very boring person when it comes to traveling. In Australia, do people ride kangaroos instead of horses? Actually, they ride camels. Yeah, if you didn't know about that, we actually have a serious camel problem in Australia because the early settlers brought across camels to basically, you know, get across the desert because their horses were all dying. And then they let the camels go, and now we have basically camels that are just destroying all of the native plant life out in the more deserty areas. But you can still ride camels through the desert if you really want to. Yu Yu Hakusho is a pretty good anime from the 90s. Yes, it is actually really, really good. I recommend Yu Yu Hakusho to anyone who likes shonen series. It has aged a bit. It's definitely aged a bit, but I still think that it does hold up for sure. Yo, hello. Just wondering what you think about this animal I believe called a penguin. I think penguins are pretty sick. You know, especially those ones that are supported the logos for things we're not allowed to talk about today. Yeah, no, penguins are pretty cool. If I had to pick a favorite penguin, can I just be really boring and say like Emperor Penguin? Yeah, I'm just gonna say Emperor Penguin. If somehow there's anyone who doesn't know what an Emperor Penguin is, I don't know how you managed to get this far in your life. But here you go. Here is an Emperor Penguin. They're pretty cool. I like Emperor Penguins. Does this count as Linux talk? We talk about penguins, does that count? There's a lot of distros named after penguins and stuff. I'm not gonna count it. Let's see. Windows is off topic. Yeah, Windows is off topic. If you want to talk about Windows, we can do that. I don't really know what I could possibly say about Windows, to be honest. Besides the fact that I don't use it. I did use it for most of my life, like a lot of people typically do. I stopped using it 2 years ago? Yeah, 2 years ago. And basically I've only used it on the very rare occasion where I absolutely need Windows to do something like, I don't know, .NET programming, like actual .NET, not .NET Core, which is better. But yeah, also Unity programming, because Unity on Linux, it's fine, but I needed a very specific version. And getting that version was going to be really annoying because I was actually building off of someone's existing project, and then converting the project to a newer version may have caused issues, and it wasn't my code base to actually do that to, so I didn't really think it was a good idea to do that. What is your preferable programming language? I am really behind on comments, aren't I? Well, yes, I am really behind. Okay, we're gonna rush through these. What is my preferable programming language? Python. Go with Python. I like Python. That's gonna annoy people. Or shell script. Python is good for doing system automation. Shell script is good for doing anything with text streams. Favorite programming... Oh, that's the exact same question. Favorite programming language? I just answered that. I also like assembler as it takes away a lot of... I like assembler because it takes away abstraction. That is the opposite Sure, okay. Whenever I get stressed or bored, I just draw for fun. Can you tell me your social security number asking for a friend? Okay, give me 1 second. Here's my social security number. 1 second, just need to find a thing. There we go. Okay, it's 088396 Sorry, 0883966014. That may or may not be a phone number to a local KFC. I cannot confirm or deny that. They're just talking amongst themselves. How far? Okay, we're not that far behind, are we? Did you check out TempleOS? I know of TempleOS. I know of the memes around TempleOS, but I haven't. I have never used it myself. If you're ever wondering why my Discord has a Gentoo logo, it has to do with someone who was a big fan of Terry Davis, who used to be in my Discord. Rest in peace, you poor soul. Anyone who's been around for a long time will know exactly who I'm talking about. Do you have crypto? Yes, I actually do. Because, yeah, okay, here we go. This is not advice for buying crypto or anything. Don't hate me, YouTube. You know all the stuff that crypto channels always have whenever they talk about any sort of investing stuff. I've got a little bit of Bitcoin, like $500. I think I bought it at like 200 or something. I was like, let's just get on the Bitcoin train, but I wasn't fully invested in it. Obviously, I've got my LBC from using Odyssey. That's most of my crypto. I haven't bought most of it. Most of it I got from just using the platform. I'm not going to tell you how much I have, because there's a lot. And besides that, I have like some Cardano. I've got a bit of Tron, a bit of BTT. I'm not super big on investing. I'm a very like boring person. A lot of my coins I have are staking coins. So I didn't initially buy the Cardano as a staking coin. I bought it before they introduced the staking. But the BTT and the TRX, or the Tron token, that I bought for the purpose of doing the staking. And yeah, basically, I made a couple of dollars off of that. Nothing super crazy. Thoughts on Brave versus Firefox? Is that an argument that people have? I personally run both of them. At this point, I prefer Brave, but with the changes that are happening to the reward system, it's becoming less and less lucrative, and I'm starting to feel like I might just switch to something like ungoogled Chromium, because if I'm not making any money from running Brave, I don't see any reason to run it over something like ungoogled Chromium plus some sort of ad blocking system. That's pretty much how I feel about that. As for Firefox, I have it around basically whenever I do any web stuff, like any web development stuff, because it's always good to have options around when you want to, test out different web engines and make sure everything's working fine. Modern JavaScript, it seems to be fine because, you do frameworks for everything, and the frameworks magically fix everything for you. It's not like the days of doing everything with plain JS or jQuery where you would have to, come up with these dodgy solutions to make it work in other browser engines. Most of them are pretty much fine at this point, and I just run Brave for the money, pretty much. If it wasn't for the money, it's much harder for me to decide whether I'd run Chromium or Firefox, because I don't particularly like some of the actions the Mozilla have been taking lately either, especially with them basically suffering and then the CEO getting a pay rise. That was a big one. Ignoring the rest of the stuff they're doing, that was pretty bad. You fire a bunch of your employees and then take a pay rise. Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of that. Evil camels. Yes, camels are evil. I once got bitten by a camel. I wouldn't recommend it. It's not a fun experience. Like, they don't have sharp teeth, but they've relatively strong jaws, because, they, eat plants and stuff. They're going to be able to, break apart. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, they have pretty strong jaw strength, so don't get bitten by a camel. I wouldn't recommend it. My favorite penguin is Gentoo. Yeah, we'll go with that, sure. What's your favorite Hawaiian shirt? Have you ever high-fived a stranger for wearing one? My favorite Hawaiian shirt, I would have said the red one, but I'm starting to become a bit of a fan of the yellow one. I could go and grab it, my closet is just over there, but oh yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed. You should have noticed if you didn't, because it's pretty obvious. I'm actually using my new camera now, so I can do things like whew. So Expect that to happen in streams from time to time. I use Arch 2 with i3. Yeah, I used to use i3. i3 was good. I know a lot of people hate on i3, but I still think it's a pretty good window manager. Will you use one of the new M1 Macs? Okay, I guess Mac, at this point, maybe if I was talking about Mac 10 years ago, I could call it politics compliant, but sure, we'll accept Macs at this point. If someone has one at their house and I go there to their house, then yes. Or if there's like one in a public library or something, I guess, but I'm not going to go out of my way to buy one. Apple, if you want to send me one though, like, is my email's in the thing down below. Okay, where, oh god, where are we at? WTF, you're talking about Linux. They're talking about Linux, I'm not talking about Linux. Your favorite Windows version? What is my favorite Windows version? That's a tough one, actually, because they're all pretty terrible. 7 I obviously used for a very long time. My original computer, this is going to show how young I am. My first computer was running Windows XP. I have used, I think my primary school, their desktops were running Windows 98. So I have used older versions. I didn't ever run 8. I literally stuck on 7, and then I heard 8.1 was better. I switched to 8.1, and it was stable. I wouldn't say it was good, but it was stable. And then 10 is basically, hey, this is free. Give us all your data. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I guess I'll just go with the safe answer and say Windows 7. Yeah. I think Brodie should get respect for using Arch more than us because he started there. I don't think you should respect anyone for running any distro. They're all, yeah. I don't see the point of distro wars. I know, super hot take there. If you want to run Ubuntu, run Ubuntu. You want to run Arch, run Arch. You want to run Gentoo, hey, that's cool. I don't really see any point in arguing about it, because most of the arguments end up basically breaking down to, nah, your package manager is worse than my package manager, nah, but we have this package, you don't have this package. Unless you're talking about some of the distros that are actually, like, fundamentally different, like, Nix OS is fundamentally different to the way that Ubuntu works. Unless you're talking about distros like that, I don't see any point in really discussing distros. What is SIMD? I don't know. What is SIMD? Typically in a Q&A, you're not using me to answer your homework questions. Single instruction, multiple data. Oh, it's a way of making RAM. Of course it is. It's a very old way of doing it that we don't use anymore because it's slow. Did you start off with labs? No, I did not start off with labs. I saw labs and I was like, that's cool. I'm gonna build it myself. And that's what happened. And that's why we ended up with really terrible videos when the channel first started, where I had literally no idea what I was doing. Here's a suggestion for anyone. Don't make a channel, right? Okay, don't make a channel when you're literally starting out with a new skill. It's not going to go very well, unless the whole point of the channel is how you're terrible with that skill. Because otherwise, yeah, you're going to say things that just don't make any sense. I don't think I would have, like, actually put this much effort into Linux if I wasn't doing it for the channel, but I don't think that starting out the channel when I did was really a good idea, except for the fact that it did get me the shout out when I did. So even though a lot of the early videos were garbage and I wouldn't recommend ever going back and watching them, some people have, and it bothers me because I occasionally get comments on them. But no matter what it is, whether it's Linux, whether it's programming, whether it's anything else, I wouldn't recommend starting a channel like that. Also, labs is a Linux question. I forgot what the topic of this stream was. Ignore me. Also, Temple OS was Linux as well, technically. Unix? I guess it's Unix. It's not actually Linux, is it? I break my own rules already. We're only 25 minutes in. I already can't manage to stay on topic, can I? Have you used the Have you used AVX in programming? I have no idea what AVX is. AVX. Advanced Vector Extensions. Is that what you're talking about, or is there another AVX? I'll just scroll ahead. Okay. Cool, we're catching up again. Like the Gloma response? I don't know what Gloma means. What is Gloma? Gloma. Urban Dictionary. Thank you, Urban Dictionary. What? Okay, yeah, here we go. Gloma response in Urban Dictionary. A response that neither confirms nor denies the existence or non-existence. Okay, yeah, that's fair. English may be my only language I'm fluent in, but that doesn't mean I can speak it well. How you doing, Nils? Oh, no, already answered that one. So more than one BTC. I think I might own more than... Not in BTC. Actually, wait, no, the price has gone way up, hasn't it? It's like 40k, isn't it? No, I don't own more than one BTC at this point. Definitely not. If you'd asked me that question, like, 2 months ago, probably. Okay. If you've ever programmed in low level, gets rid of abstraction in the sense you have to do everything yourself, working with registers, memory directly, whereas compared to high level languages, and it makes learning computers... Okay, yeah, if you want to learn how a computer actually works, I can definitely understand why assembly might make more sense. If you want to write code and actually get anything done, yeah, I would typically try to avoid that. Let's see. I'm using Brave without rewards. Firefox struggles with old websites using Flash. What's actually going to happen with the old websites with Flash? I know that Adobe is going to discontinue it, but I know there's also like these open variants of Flash that you can run. I don't know if those would actually work as a way to continue Flash running. I know that the Internet Archive is doing something to continue Flash actually functioning into the future to, you know, we got to preserve all of the stuff on cool maths games. Cool maths games is very important for the future generations to understand. You can't have kids going through school and not wasting all of their time just playing games in class. Thoughts on the election? No, I'm not talking about the election in Capitol Hill thing. There's a very good reason why I'm not going to talk about it. Talking about politics is just a way to get people to start fighting. I'm not doing it on this channel. So, also the other thing is, I don't know 100% what's going on, and there's enough people making really, really bad takes on it, so, yeah, I'm just not going to add to the extent of the terrible takes that are happening. What do you think of the Dissenter browser? Isn't that a fork of Chromium? That's the Gab fork of Chromium, isn't it? I haven't used it. I've used it for like a couple... Actually, no, I did use it. I used it for like a couple of minutes. And then I was like, I don't really have any reason particularly to be here. And then I went back. I did some assembly. How far behind am I in chat? Oh, it's not that far behind. Okay. I keep seeing comments that look like they're from a really long time ago, but I guess that it's just that's how slow chat actually is moving. Let's see. I did some assembly stuff. Intel syntax where I used subroutine to print hello world. How many lines did it actually take to print out hello world in assembly? Let's see. Camel's my favorite animal. Camels are pretty cool. It's funny as long as you don't... it's not happening to me. Please, don't zoom in, please. Oh, don't zoom in. Oh, okay. I won't zoom in then. There you go. I'm just deciding how to use AVX2 in C++. AVX2. Maybe that's different to what I found. Maybe it's not the advanced vector extension. Oh, no, it is. Okay, it is still advanced. It's an Intel technology. Okay, what is it? How Intel advanced vector extensions to improve performance on server applications. I have no idea what any of this is about. So no, I've never looked at that. Windows 10 with WSL is almost usable. I have not tried it on... I've actually never tried WSL, have I? No, I think when I was on Windows, I never bothered with WSL. So, yeah, I probably should have. Actually, if I did that, I probably would never have actually switched to actually using Linux. I probably would have just like, I'm too lazy. This gives me basically everything I need for Linux anyway, and then just stuck with it. So maybe it's a good thing that I never tried it. Oh, no, sorry, my first computer was actually... I said XP, didn't I? Maybe it was Vista. No, I think... No, we did have an XP computer. It had like it was one of the big tube displays, like, and then after that, when we got our first flat screen, that was a Vista system. Yeah, okay. I started with Windows 8, and then 10, and then Manjaro, and now Arch. Okay. I might talk about leaving Arch at some point. Right now, I don't really have much of a reason to do so. Besides trying out something like NixOS, if I was gonna, like, leave Arch, it's not like I would go to, like, Manjaro or Artix or something like that, because it's just like, okay, if I'm gonna do that, I might as well just stay on Arch, because there's nothing really that much I'm gonna get from leaving. If your favorite programming language is Python, are you practicing something with Raspberry Pi? No, I typically use Python just for doing anything... Like, okay, one of the last things I did with Python was... The reason why my videos have the little chapter thingies, or at least they did when I was still using Kdenlive. Now I'm using Flowblade, where they have a really dumb binary way of storing their project files, which I really hate, and any video editor that does this, I hate. Kdenlive, thank you. Thank you so much for just storing everything in XML. I don't like XML, but I can at least parse it. That's all I need. So yeah, I wrote a thing to parse that and like strip out the guides, and then guides get turned into the thingies, the chapters. Let's talk, wait, what was that? Let's talk about Kingdom Hearts. Actually, wait. Give me 1 second. I haven't finished it yet. I don't have 3. I need to get 3 at some point. Oh no, my light fell over. Oops. Here we go. There we go. Here is a copy of Kingdom Hearts. What is the full name? Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue, which is a horrible name. You focus on it? I love that I can do that. There we go. I did actually go and finish Dream Drop Distance. At some point, I will do that. One day I will finish it. I know this sounds so random, but what do you think about NoFap? Okay. I think that if you don't want to fap for a month, that's cool. If that's what you do, if that's what you want to do with your time, that's cool. I don't really care what you do in your bedroom. Yeah. Favorite consoles / games. Okay, I'm gonna have to say, for consoles as a... Yeah, if we have those as 2 separate questions. So my favorite console has to be my PS2, which might just be because that was my first console. I know the PS2 is obviously well beloved by a lot of people, but it wasn't the first console I got. It was a Christmas present when I was like 8 years old or something, and I played that for so long. I'm sad that I got rid of it. I really wish I still had it. As for favorite games, Dark Souls. I'm just gonna have to say Dark Souls. If we're going pure gameplay, definitely Dark Souls. If we're gonna go story, oh, that's much tougher. I'm gonna have to either say the first Ni no Kuni game. I haven't played the second one, so Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch, or Final Fantasy X. Templo is fully independent. Okay, yeah, it is fully independent. It's just Unix. What games you play? Right now, I'm playing through Hades. Hades is really fun. A mate of mine, I'm playing Borderlands, the pre-sequel with. Both of these are happening on the gaming channel. Go check out the gaming channel. That is Brodie Robertson Plays. It might eventually get a good name. If anyone has a good name for the gaming channel, feel free to let me know. There's a reason why this channel is just called Brodie Robertson, because I'm not good at naming things. Apart from that, if we just go general genres, I like a lot of JRPGs. The problem with JRPGs, though, is they're very long. And I don't have time for that. I think I want to, at some point, go and play Persona 4 Golden, though. Because I am playing through Persona 5. I love Persona 5. It's great. How to do one-arm pull-up tutorial. I don't know how to do a tutorial on it. I don't know how to do it. Why do we need Flash when we have HTML5? We don't need Flash, but there's a lot of really cool old stuff that is going to be lost if we don't have Flash. That's sort of the big problem with losing it. Fair enough. Will you ever make BitChute exclusives? Maybe. I might... Maybe not BitChute exclusives. Maybe I'll make alt platform exclusives. So it'll be an exclusive to BitChute, to Library/Odyssey. And also, I'm going to be on another platform very soon called Utreon. The developers behind that reached out to me, and there's a couple of people I know who are already on the platform. It's very, very small. It's literally started last year. I just like giving you guys options. That's the reason why I have a Patreon, a Subscribe Star, and a LibrePay. I don't care which one you use. That's entirely up to you. It's the same reason why I'm on YouTube, Library, Facebook, Dailymotion, BitChute. I'm on these platforms because I want to give you guys choice. If you want to watch it on the old platform, watch it on the old platform. You want to watch it on YouTube, watch it on YouTube. Dissenter is a fork of Brave. Do the Pog thingy. Okay. There you go. So, that's what you get from me. I'll give you a front on Pog as well. There you go. If you want to turn that into a meme, go ahead. I'll give you, you know what, I'll give you another side as well. Is that all the Pog you need? I've got a Reddit, so that's just r/Brodie Robertson. Feel free to go post all of your Brodie Robertson Pogs on Reddit if you want to. Speaking of TempleOS, Terry was a genius. So many programmers to aspire to. Also, the BlitzQuit is a genius Finnish programmer YouTuber. BlitzQuit rings a bell. I don't know why that's ringing a bell. BlitzQuit. BlitzQuit. Oh, no, I have seen this channel before. So Windows plus WSL or Arch Linux? Arch Linux? Yeah, sure. How much RAM are you using an idle? Or how much RAM Arch... No, I'm not going to answer that. Okay, I'll let you have how much RAM does my system use. I don't know how much Arch uses in idle. It'll depend on what you're running. It's just... Yeah, Linux doesn't use that much in idle anyway. I think I use like 4 gigs or something. 4 or 5 gigs. I don't know. Which... Can I accept a BSD question? Which BSD will you switch to? I don't know. Whatever Hum ends up telling me to switch to. Probably like... What is Hum into? FreeBSD? Yeah. Okay, it'll probably be that. Greetings from... Bogota? Bogota? Bogota. I don't know how to say that. We're gonna find out. Bogota, Colombia. Bogota. If someone knows how to say that... oh god, there's an accent on the A. I don't know how to say this. Wait, here we go.
Bogota.
Bogota. There you go.
Bogota.
Hello, Ice Lane from
Bogota.
Thank you, Wikipedia. Do you care about privacy? And if you do you have a de-googled Android or a Linux phone? Ultimately, the thing is with a phone, even if you run a de-googled Android phone or a Linux phone, your cell provider is still going to be tracking everything you're doing. Like, you can stop Google from tracking you, but you're still using a phone. So, there's only so much you can really do to stop that tracking. It makes more sense to have less people tracking you, but ultimately you're still carrying a GPS device around with you everywhere you go. So, I will try it out though. I do think it would be a fun experiment. I don't want to do it on my main phone. Like, I don't want to do a de-googled phone on this thing, because if I brick it, then I don't have a phone. So what I'll probably do is, when I'm getting ready to replace this what is it, Realme C5, in case anyone cares, I might turn it into like a little hack box. As for the Linux phones, I've considered it. Yeah, I've definitely considered it. Do you have the lighting over the bed? Oh, do you not know how to do my lighting? Wow, okay. I guess I'm gonna show someone new. Okay, so here we go. So there is a store in Australia. It is called Bunnings. Bunnings is an amazing store. They sell basically everything. If you want planks of wood, you can get planks of wood. If you want a kitchen sink, you can get a kitchen sink. If you want a lamp, you can get a lamp. Basically, you can furnish your entire house going to Bunnings. They call themselves a hardware store, but they're much more than a hardware store. And they've got these little smart globes in them. These, will it? I don't know if it'll... No, okay, I haven't got my ISO set to do anything. I'll turn it off. There you go. Got these smart globes in them. I can control them with my phone. And yeah, I've got one here, and I've got one there, and then I've got my oh god, do not turn the camera off. And I've got one in the overhead as well. And that's basically how I do my lighting. I think, okay, if you want to know it all up, I think this lighting setup, ignoring like the studio lights, I think the colorful lighting probably was like $100 to do. Yeah, I'd say $100 to do the colored lighting. The studio lights, they're like $60 each, so they're a bit more. But if you just want to have the colors, yeah, it's not super expensive to do. How many kanji do you learn in a day? I like to spend a lot of time on each of the sets on WaniKani. So it usually takes me like an hour to get 40 minutes to an hour to get through like 5 kanji on there. I know that's really slow, but I like to make sure that I actually know them, rather than just being like, oh, I'm just gonna smash these out and then guess from there. I like to also read through, when I have like the vocab as well, I like to actually read through the example sentences, and I've been actually using the example sentences as grammar practice as well. So I like to break the sentences down, look at where the particles are, because one of the problems I have with learning Japanese, this is a problem that English doesn't have, is that Japanese doesn't have word borders. That's a serious problem it has. So if you want to know where a word ends in Japanese, you either need to know a lot of vocab, or you need to know about particles. And both of those together is sort of going to help you a lot. So also knowing how Japanese words typically are structured, which is fine until you start getting into things that are like in katakana. Because then you have things like donarudo, McDonald's, which is not a word that would ever form naturally inside of Japanese, but with all of the loan words that the language is getting, yeah, you end up getting really stupid things happening. How you doing, Will? Brodie Plays. I think there's already a channel called Brodie Plays. That's the only problem. I did think about that one, but I'm pretty sure it already exists, and it's already got like 50k or 100k subs. And that's just not a good way to deal with SEO at all. First console I had was a PS2. It's what got me into gaming in general, so it always holds a place in my heart. I think the first game I got with it, is it called Spyro Legend of the Dragonfly? Enter the Dragonfly? Something about dragonflies. What was it called? Spyro... Enter the Dragonfly. It was not a great Spyro game, at least in my opinion. If you want a good one, go back and play the PS1 titles. What else did I have? I had that. I feel like I had a second game as well. But I can't remember what it was. Maybe... I think it might have been Kingdom Hearts. I think Kingdom Hearts was one of my first games as well. The first Kingdom Hearts game. But I definitely recall having Spyro Enter the Dragonfly. Oh, how you doing, Dylan? Would you shave your beard if you hit 100k or at 1 million subs? 100k... Maybe. You know, I might do it for the memes, and then I would just, like, I don't know, donate the hair to a place that makes wigs with actual hair. That might not be a bad idea. Or maybe I'll do it for, like, World's Greatest Shave or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I would do it. Maybe. I'm not making any promises. Actually, I think I do have a promise. On my Patreon, I think I've got like 10,000. If I get like $10,000 a month, then I'll shave my head on Patreon. But I might have some exceptions. I might do it for other stuff as well. We'll see how it goes. Brodie Gamingson. Brodie Gamingson. You guys are less creative than I am. What is your favorite country you've been? What country would you like to visit? My favorite country I've been to is Australia, because it's the only one I've been to. It wins by default, which is the best kind of winning. But I would like to visit, obviously I would like to visit Japan at some point. I definitely do want to do that. Assuming the country is not on fire, I would also like to visit the US. That's probably not going to happen for a couple of years, though. Yeah, I would like to visit the US at some point, and it's a thing that every Australian does. I guess I'll go to Bali at some point as well. Okay, I don't know if you guys know, but Bali, for whatever reason, is just the default holiday destination if you like getting really, really drunk in Australia. I don't know if Bali flights are just really cheap or something, but that's just sort of how it goes here. I've known so many people who've just gone to Bali because they're like, I want to get really drunk and do lots of drugs. Hi, Brodie, just want to say I love your work. Thank you, Carlos. Snowfall Golden is pretty good, just kind of a pain to get it to run on Wine/Proton. Okay. I guess I might make a Windows exception just for P4G. Do you also use yogurt stains on your laptop? What? Do you also have yogurt? Do you also have yogurt? Do I have a yogurt stain on my shirt? I don't know what you're talking about. Next time do our 5 things I love about Linux video. That did get Linus a lot of views, didn't it? How many views does that video have? 5 things I love about Linux. Oh, Chris Titus did a 5 things I hate about Linux. Oh no, sorry, it's 10 ways Linux is just better. That's the one that Linus did. 2.4 million views. How much did he make off of that? You know, we're gonna do a bit of napkin math here. Let's just assume that... I don't know, let's just say 2 million of those views... Actually, no, we'll just say 1.5 million were monetized, which is probably an understatement. Plus, they would have had a ad on that video. So, assuming we go with my monetization rate, which is after YouTube's cut and everything, is like let's just say $2.50, which is gonna be an understatement for a very family-friendly channel like Linus Tech Tips. So 2.5 times by what is it? What did I say? 1.5 million? Is that what we're going with? Yeah. What's that? 10,500, 100. 1.5 million. Oh, put the 5 in the wrong spot. Okay, so... Sorry, I did that completely wrong, didn't I? Take off 3 zeros because it's per 1,000 views. They made 3.5 grand just from that one video. I would love to do that. That's more than I need to make in a month. Can I just have one, just one 2.4 million view video? What are your go-to websites for computer-related topics? Do you mean for video topics or for just general topics? If we're talking about like video topics, Reddit. Reddit is a great place for me to go because that's where I don't know why. It's probably just because it's a big website. It's just where everyone advertises new software. So it's just the place that I go. As for just general computer-related stuff, I don't think I have a specific website I go to. Usually, if I want to know something, I'll just look it up and then see whatever comes up as the first result and then go from there. Isn't there a way easier way to import all Flash games / websites to HTML5? I don't know. I've never tried to do Flash to HTML migration. Oh god, okay. Oh my lord, I'm way behind on stuff. Hentai recommendations. I'm not giving you hentai recommendations. We need you in Germany. Maybe I'll go to Germany at some point. Cave Story is a good game for the story. Hey Brodie, I recently started learning Japanese. How do you manage to learn katakana in hiragana? I would recommend going to Tofugu's website. I'll just show you the website. Tofugu. Okay. And let's see. Tofugu. Learn. Wait, what's that? It's just learn Japanese. It's not good for most other things about learning Japanese, but I do like the way their mnemonics are structured for hiragana and katakana. So if we come over to this one here, this is the website, tofugu.com/learn-Japanese. If you just look up Tofugu learn Japanese, you'll find it. And scroll down a bit to where it says learn to read hiragana. And basically, there's a link on here, learn how to read hiragana. Go through the mnemonics on here. It will break it down in a way that I particularly like. And then after each section, it basically quizzes you on those hiragana. And yeah, I think this is a good way of learning it. I wouldn't recommend taking language advice from someone who is a beginner. But yeah, this is how I did it at least. Let's see. When did you first start watching anime? What are your employment... Those are two very unrelated questions. When did I first start watching anime? When did Black Bullet come out? When did Black Bullet come out? Whenever that happened. The season before that. Let's find out. Black Bullet. I don't know why that's the anime I remember. Just before April in 2014. So, what, a good almost 7 years now. And what are my employment goals? Honestly, I have no idea. Yeah, I don't really know at this point. I'm gonna just keep winging it, basically. For this year, I'm just gonna keep doing the YouTube stuff and then go from there, pretty much. Greetings from Venezuela. I thought you were from Colombia. Wait, or maybe you're a different person. So, if someone doesn't have a profile picture, I find it very hard to recognize them. Yeah, so if you change your profile picture and I have no idea who you are, that's gonna be why. Let's see. Do you have a middle name and what is it? I actually have two of them. Raymond John. So my name is needlessly long, and every time you see it written out on any form, it okay, when in like high school and uni, they would have like your name on like the what's the word I'm thinking of, the sign-in sheet, the the thingy that says who's supposed to be in the class, whatever that word's supposed to be, and I'm forgetting it. And my name would always take up 2 rows because it was just that long. Do you plan on living off the grid? I plan on living in the country, or in like a rural area. I don't plan on living off the grid. I get why Luke does it, but it's not my thing. I kind of like having the internet. Yeah. Did you do well in school? I did pretty well, I would say. I got A's. Well, yeah, okay, I guess I did do pretty well. I got A's in most of my classes. I think in the final year, I got like 5 A's or something in high school. But also, just keep in mind that I intentionally picked easy subjects in my final year because at my high school, it was so bad that they decided that if you got 5 A's in year 12, they would give you a MacBook Pro. This was a 2012 MacBook Pro. It wasn't a new MacBook Pro at the time, but it was a 2012 MacBook Pro. Yeah, and that ended up being mine. So I think like 6 or 7 other people got it because we were just like the powerhouse year. So I think they upped it to every single one of your classes in year 12, and then you would get the laptop. What are your thoughts on Luke Smith and Wolfgang? I like Luke's channel. I personally prefer when he does things that are not Linux related, which seems to be the way he's going anyway. He doesn't seem to particularly enjoy doing the Linux stuff at this point, which is fair. He's more inclined to do the more general conversation-y stuff, which I actually do like. So go ahead, keep doing that. As for Wolfgang, I think Wolfgang makes some really good content. I wish he made more of it, but we've got to live with what we got. What is your phone's screensaver? Here you go. Is he gonna focus on it? Here. No, don't focus on my damn face. There you go. Oh, it turned off. There you go. It is a Subaru and Shigure. Wolfgang's channel is based Bunnings shill. I'm fully a Bunnings shill. If Bunnings wants to sponsor me, I will support that. Any advice for learning Japanese? Keep doing it. Just keep. This is the same for any skill. The only way you're gonna get better at it is you just keep going through the reps and you just keep trying to get better. Even if you're getting better by like a fraction of a percent every single day, just keep doing it and you will eventually get better at it. Do you think you could read a children's book from Japanese at this point? I think I could possibly. If I'm allowed to look stuff up in a dictionary, I think I could. My big problem right now, I can, especially if it's in like first grade hiragana, first grade kanji, I think I could. But I couldn't make sense of a lot of the words. Like, I know a lot of vocabulary just from watching anime, but piecing it together in a way that makes grammatical sense, that's the harder part for me. Like, Japanese vocab has been coming along pretty easily. It's Japanese grammar that's structured very, very differently to the way that English grammar is that makes it considerably harder for me to actually learn the language. And I think that's true for any language that has a very different grammatical structure. Like, if I went to, say, learn German, I think German would be much easier to learn just because of the grammatical structure. I know you don't like politics questions, but I'm curious about this. There are many problems around the world with the politicians. Is there any drama currently going on in Australia? Okay, you know what? I will talk about some Australian political drama because some of this stuff is hilarious. So we've had so the way, I don't know if you know about this, Kay. The way that Australian politics works is hilarious, and we don't care about our politicians anywhere near as much as you guys do. So there have been multiple occasions where politicians have had shoes thrown at them. Just no one really did anything about it. Some kid was like, I'm just gonna throw a shoe at them. And then I think they might have got suspended from school or something. That's all that happened. We've had a situation where one of the, I think it was like Tony Abbott or something, was caught in a what was it? A G-string? Not G-string. A Speedo. he was caught in a speedo on the beach, and that was like the biggest story of the week. So Australian politics is sort of like that. We don't really care about the politics side. It's just like, here are some other dumb things that are happening. You don't really hear much about Australia because we're really boring. Is Brodie from Australia? Are there okay, I don't understand this. How are there people who do not realize I'm from Australia? Where do you people think I'm from? Like, I get the British thing, because people who just don't know what British people sound like and Australian people sound like, somehow you get us confused, even though we sound nothing alike. Okay, here's the way you tell an Australian apart from a British person. Basically, the Australian accent is really, really nasally. I try to avoid it in the videos because it's really annoying, but it's a very nasally accent. And it typically sounds annoying. I don't understand why some Americans think that it's like a attractive accent. It doesn't make any sense to me. Do you think YouTube needs more Indian programming tutorials? I think you could actually do it well, Sasindu. I think unlike other people, you actually probably could do that well. As long as you're not like... Just don't yell into your mic and make just breathing noises into it. You'll be good. Have you ever stroked a crocodile? No, but I have stroked a stingray. I think everyone's home country is their favorite by default. Unless you really just hate your country, I guess. Brodie Pie is clearly the name. Brodie Pie. Brodie Pie. What if it's Bro Pie? Maybe that'll work. Play with Brodie. Play with Brodie. Oh no. Oh no. The yogurt thing is the Luke Smith reference. That tells how much I watch Luke's content. Don't visit the US, I warned you. I'll do it in like 5 years. I'm not doing it anytime soon. I want to go to Anime Expo at some point. And I can't go to Anime Expo when, you know, every event is shut down. Have I ever played Hyper Light Drifter? Have I ever played Hyper Light Drifter? That is a good question. I know of the game. I'm forgetting what it looks like, though. Hyper Light Drifter is... No, I haven't, but it does definitely seem like my sort of thing. I sort of like these indie action-adventure sort of things as well. I love my JRPGs, and I love a lot of my indie games. So, maybe I'll add that to the list. I don't know if it works well on Proton or not. If it does, it will be a stream game at some point. Thank you for the recommendation. I'll never consider visiting Australia because of the spiders. The spiders aren't really that bad. Just hit them with a shoe. Like, there's a reason I have my shoes, like, right by my hands here. Thoughts about City Pop? I don't know what City Pop is. What is City Pop? I'm gonna say I'll get back to you on that one. The yoga comment was probably referring to a classic Luke Smith moment from his 2420 review at 2:45. Why do you know the exact timestamp for that? Off-topic question for everyone in the chat. Ray or Oscar? They're both horrible people, aren't they, though? Like, everyone in Ava is just a horrible person. Is DT not bold? DT, according to him, I don't know if this is 100% true. According to DT, he is not bold. Go watch the podcast I did with him. He said that he shaves his head because... Yeah, he shaves his head. I think he just wanted to, and then... I think he had, like, longer hair at some point, and then just decided to get rid of it. I don't remember the exact reason. Go to DT's channel, he can probably tell you exactly why. I'm from... What? I don't know how to say that. Lara Barkismeto. I could just go to Wikipedia again and get that to tell me. Everyone's just talking about where they're from. Okay. Hello everybody. How are you? I am doing good. Actually, something pretty good did happen earlier. When I was going to the shop to get some food before breakfast, because I had no food for breakfast, this old dude came up to me, like, I was getting out of my car, and he was like, "How you doing, chap?" I'm so, what? And I was like, okay, I'm doing pretty good. That's cool. Have a good day, mate. Yeah, like, if you ever just see someone just out in public and you want to make their day better, just say hello to them and just say it in a really nice way. Even just say, no, sorry, it wasn't "how you doing, chap." It was top of the morning to your chap. That was what it was. I was like, what are you saying? Is this English? Weed or alcohol? I cannot answer to the first one because that is illegal here. But as for alcohol, I do a lot of drinking streams on the gaming channel, so I'm gonna have to say that. Do you have any cool outdoor hobbies? Fishing. It's a very boring boomer hobby, but fishing. Also, I have a bike and I should go cycling more. I absolutely love cycling. It's just, I haven't got around to it in a very long time. Plans on taking the JLPTN 5 exams? Yes. Yes, when I can do them and actually pass them, I will do them. Do you think smoking or drinking is a sin? I'm not a religious person. I don't really care if it's a sin or not. Do I think you should do it all the time? No. It's very bad for you. Yeah, just regardless of whether it's bad morally or not, it's just generally bad for your health. And I'd recommend avoiding it for the most part. That's not to say that you shouldn't have fun sometimes, but yeah, I would say just avoid drinking for the most part. I say this, and I'm probably going to do a drinking stream tonight, so don't actually take my actions as advice. Have you ever had a democracy sausage? Are you talking about a Bunnings snag? Is that what we're talking about? Or is there like another thing that you're referring to? Actually, wait, you guys probably don't know about Bunnings snags. I know there's like a few Australians in here, but I need to inform you about the wonderful Australian tradition of a Bunnings snag. So, Bunnings, as I mentioned before, is a hardware store slash furnish your entire house. A snag is a sausage, right? Okay, cool. We're on the same page then. A Bunnings snag is a sausage that you buy at Bunnings. Basically, what happens here is every weekend, some sort of community group, like whether it's a veteran group or Salvation Army or Red Cross, anyone like that, they will actually go to Bunnings and sell sausages outside the front door. And it's just a way to actually, you know, raise some money for local charities and various charities like that. Or I think I saw the local footy club there. And it's a way to actually raise money for local charities and stuff like that. And I think it's actually really cool. And I definitely support Bunnings for doing it. Even though the sausages they use are from Woolies, and the Woolies sausages are garbage. But I would like if they bought like Slapes and Sons or literally any other sausages, but they want to make as much money for the charities as possible, so I can accept it. Accents are hard for non-native speakers. Yeah. I can tell the differences between very extreme Japanese accents, but if you ask me to tell the difference between like a North Tokyo and a South Tokyo accent, I wouldn't be able to tell you anything remotely. They'd sound exactly the same to me. We had someone come out of their house and tell politicians to get off his lawn. Yeah, that did happen, didn't it? Okay, yeah, that was... So, a couple of years ago, someone had, like, fixed up their front lawn, and a news report decided to film, like, I think it was Malcolm Turnbull or someone, like, on his front lawn, and he came out of his house and was like, "Get off my lawn, I just cleaned up my lawn, I don't want you here." And he was like, the Prime Minister, like, the leader of the country was like, "Oh, sorry about that." My English teacher is from Australia. That, I feel very bad for you. That's a tough way to learn English. Nothing against Indian, but their accent is just very hard to understand for non-English native speakers. I imagine if I listened to a lot of Indian media, I probably would be able to discern the differences. But the problem with learning any sort of different language is once you get past the childhood stage, it becomes very difficult for you to actually even hear the different consonants and vowels used in other languages. How do you feel about New Zealand? I think that they are fake Australians and they should stop stealing our national foods that we stole from them. Hyperlight Drifter is Linux native. Even if it's Linux native, I'm probably still going to run the Windows version just because Proton typically runs better than the Linux native stuff. What is the average wing speed velocity of an unladen Will, what are you asking me? I don't know. Let's find out. What is the average wing velocity of a unladen swallow? Ah! Hey, it's Will. Have some dollary doos. Thank you for the dollary doos. Let's see. Let's find out the average wing speed. It is 24 miles per hour. There you go. Do I like Futurama? Yes, I love Futurama. Futurama is great. I haven't watched it in a very, very long time. But I definitely want to go and actually sit down and watch all of it. This is kind of in topic, but can you make a video about custom kernels? I guess I can do that. I don't know what I would particularly say. I'll look into it. Thank you. Actually, I'll write it down so I don't forget. God, no. Cool. Custom kernels. Cool. And Hyperlight Drifter. There we go. Cool. What is your favorite state of the USA? I don't know most of the states. Florida. Yeah. Because, you know, Florida seems kind of cool. DT just thinks hair is bloat. Yes. Yes, it is. Okay. City pop is a genre of music from Japan. It's 80s pop. I'll probably enjoy it. Yeah, I'll probably enjoy it. City pop is mostly boring city life type of music. Okay, I don't know. I'll check it out. See what it's like. DT couldn't afford to go to a barbershop and learn to cut like the haircut. That's not a sentence. Yeah, if you want to save some money, get rid of this thing. You don't need it. What's the better song? A Cruel Angel Thesis or... Oh no, are you trolling me? What is this song? I'm gonna check it before I... Oh. I don't know. I kind of like Cruel Angel's Thesis. It's pretty dope song, even though the creator of it, the creator of it hates it because they basically just threw it together. The lyrics are garbage, and they just don't like it. What is this sore excuse for wanting to talk about anime? Well, I could talk about more anime if people just gave me more topics for it. It's 4 AM here. My final exam week starts in 2 days, and here I am. Any tips for sleeping? Actually, yeah, I do have some. I would recommend, not specifically this book, I would recommend, like, before you go to bed, read some sort of book. Don't just stare at your phone until you go to sleep. That's a good way to do it. Give yourself, like, half an hour to an hour where you're just basically taking away any, like, unnatural light like that. If you have dimmer lights, turn them down, basically. If you don't, then just get a lamp instead of, like, doing your overhead light. Basically, reduce the amount of light in your peripheral. Read something, get off your phone. Exercise? Yeah, make sure you keep up exercise. If you have any loud noises around, obviously try to block out the noises, get yourself some earplugs or something. Also, I would recommend going and watching... Wait, it's not on YouTube anymore, is it? Yeah, it's not on YouTube because Joe Rogan deleted all the podcasts. There was a Joe Rogan episode with is it Matthew Walker? Oh no, it is still on YouTube. Okay. I know he deleted some. Maybe they're back up on YouTube. Go watch Joe Rogan 1109 with Matthew Walker. He's a sleep doctor. That is an amazing video. You'll learn so much about the importance of sleep, and it'll break down some of the myths you've probably heard about it as well. Do you agree that the best way of learning new topics to blog about it is it relatable? Wait, sorry. Do you agree that the best way of learning new topics is to make a blog about it? Well, that's sort of how I got this, like, how I wouldn't say good. That's sort of how I learned everything about Linux. It's sort of, if you want to have, like, a schedule, it sort of forces you to keep, you know, going through the motions and actually doing stuff. Even though a lot of your early stuff will be complete garbage, it definitely gives you an excuse to put effort into it. So I would say yes. As long as what you're doing isn't just writing about it, what you're actually doing is applying the skills and then writing about the results that you got from actually applying the skills. I think that's a really good way to do it. New Zealand does the same thing, but call it a sausage sizzle. Well, we call it sausage sizzles as well. Man, trash that bunning, whatever. We got yourself a currywurst. That sounds pretty good. If you stole the pavlova from us and our pies are 100% better. Yes, but we're just gonna keep saying that we made the pavlova, if we just keep saying it, it'll eventually become true. Do you make your hair like that, or is it doing this on its own? I got a haircut some time ago. My hair grew and it started doing that. Do you mean just sitting there like a mop? Do you think this is, like, planned or something? No. Basically what I do is I go in the shower, I wash my hair, I grab a towel, and I go... And then it looks like this. Maybe I'll grab a comb and, like, comb it a little bit. But that's all I do. This is not planned. This is just mop. Yeah. Do Australians learn the haka dance? If they like rugby, but besides that, no. Oh, the necklace. This was a 16th birthday present, actually, from... So, it's not a fancy necklace or anything. Where's the thing? Can I get it off? It's not a fancy necklace or anything. It's like a cheap silver necklace. But it was my 16th birthday present from my parents. And it was the last present I got from my parents before they split up. So it's kind of important to me. So, yeah, that's why I'm always wearing it. Here you go. I'll give you guys a better look at it. And there's no special meaning behind the pendant on it. It's just, this was just a pendant that my mum bought for me as well. So, yeah, I'll just leave that there because I'm not going to bother trying to get it back on while I'm recording. I'm going to screw that up. What do you think of the M1 Mac? I think that Apple will probably end up going down the risk route at some point because they don't like NVIDIA. Yeah. I think the M1 Mac is a surprisingly powerful machine, and when they release the I think it's like the M1X that it's supposed to be called, I think there's going to be some really cool stuff that it's going to be capable of doing. Brodie didn't realize the average speed of a swallow was a reference to Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I haven't seen... That's another thing I really, really, really need to do. I will eventually go watch the Monty Python movies. Sub or dub? Sub. Sub all the way. There are some exceptions. I watched Yu Yu Hakusho dubbed because I wanted to. I just wanted to. Even though it's not a good idea, I should have watched it subbed. Also, Hellsing. Hellsing you have to watch dubbed because you have to hear the bad accents. Do I watch Trash Taste? Yes, I do. Not actively. Typically, I just watch clips. But I might go and watch through the, Chris Abroad episode, the latest one. I did watch all the way through the Cali episode. Somehow we've come full circle and we're talking about VTubers again. Thoughts on Code Geass and Tatami Galaxy? Code Geass... I'm not an anime reviewer, so don't expect any, like, deep thoughts on this. I think the Code Geass is a really good series. I typically don't watch mecha series, but the way that it handled mecha... I kind of like, because it wasn't the mecha wasn't the main focus, basically. It was more about the political stuff and all of that. but I did definitely enjoy Code Geass. And as for Tatami Galaxy, I have not seen that. So I'm going to say, I don't know. Do I? I probably have it on my list though, don't I? Yeah, I definitely have it on my plan to watch list. What else do we got? I sleep with my VR. It really helps, or just take drugs. I did see the video where Mutaha was talking about sleeping inside of Minecraft. Like, he puts his PS VR on, lays back, and just sleeps with, like, the Minecraft weather going. Which I think is kind of cool. I wouldn't be able to do it with, like, most headsets, but apparently the PSVR is actually surprisingly comfortable. So maybe it's a good idea. I don't know. I still think that having light shining into your eyes probably isn't the best idea. If you just had the Minecraft sound effects, that might be a bit different, though. I don't know. Redshift is great. Not sure if you mentioned that. I didn't mention it, but yes. I used to use... What's the one on Windows called? You guys... someone's going to mention it, but there's a similar application on Windows where basically, as it gets into nighttime, it shifts your screen into like a more orange state. I don't know if it actually works. I don't know the science behind it, but if that's something you want to do as well, maybe it's not a terrible idea. Do it collab with DT, shaving your beard and Luke Smith grooming your... Wait, DT shaving your head and Luke Smith grooming your beard. If I can guarantee that I could pay for their flights, I would do it. Thoughts on Steins Gate? I think Steins Gate is an absolute masterpiece. When I said that Higurashi was my favorite series, I said it was tough, and that's because Steins Gate is very high up there as well. Top 3 are probably Higurashi, Monogatari series, and Steins Gate. And then somewhere just below that is like Hunter x Hunter. I don't know what to say about Steins Gate, to be honest. It's just really good. Like, this is one of the very few times where my anime list actually has good recommendations. There's a reason why it's so high up on that list. I did watch the newer season that came out as well. I thought it was just as good, to be honest. I'm not going to spoil anything in case you guys haven't seen it, even though it's kind of old at this point. I still would recommend going and watching it. If you don't know what Steins Gate is about, basically it's a series where basically the main character builds a time machine and he can send himself back in time, and only he's able to actually remember going back in time. Yeah, and pretty much it gets into this like weird situation where you can't really change fate. Like, there were people who were destined to die, and they were going to die no matter what he does. And basically, throughout the entire series, he's trying to stop those people from dying. Here's a solution to needing sleep. Just simply stay up by drinking gallons of caffeine throughout the week. That's an idea. Redshift is bloat. Use SCT/SCTD instead. I don't know what that is. I'll add it to the list. I guess that's technically a Linux topic, but sure. Whatever. We'll accept it. Is Linux bloat? Yes. Is Redshift really bloat? Yes. Why people say things are bloated? Because they don't have any way to actually structure real opinions. Same reason why they say things are cringe. Is it bloated to say things are bloated? Yeah, I think so. Bloated is a pretty bloated word. It has too many syllables in it. I opt for calling things, let's just start calling applications fat from now on. I'll go with that. That hair bit is so relatable. It always happens to me, unfortunately. Wait. r/Linux memes. Whereabouts in Oz are you from? I just read the next question. I am from South Australia. I grew up in Queensland. At least I started the first couple of years of my school in Queensland. But I was born in South Australia, and then I've been in South Australia for at least 12, 13 years now. Maybe longer than that. Do I do DMT? No, I'm not Joe Rogan. What's the worst anime you've seen? Are we talking about worst as in actually bad, or worst as in, like, it's so bad that it's good? Because there are some so bad that it's good series I've definitely seen. But worst would probably be, like, Momokyun Sword or, like, Blade and Soul. Both those are pretty atrocious. As for worst, I don't know if... The other category, like, that's still, like, just bad, but so bad that it's enjoyable. That's just a lot of anime, to be honest. Like, anything with the original Fate Stay Night with the CGI Cum Dragon. CGI Cum Dragon is the, I'm gonna give it... If we're gonna pick a specific scene, I'll give it to that one. Yeah, I do have a stepdad. He's the one who made the actual arm, the camera sitting... Can I show you? He's the one who made... this arm here that the camera's sitting on. Yeah. Cool. Hello. Yes, thank you. Good input. Good question. Hello to you too. What was your name? Your name was? Gonna be clever. I can't read apparently. You mean Risk 5, arm is Risk. Yeah, that's what I meant. Thank you. Risk 5. Do you know if any of your ancestors were not from Great Britain or Ireland? I actually do have a little bit of Aboriginal in me. Like, I think I'm 256th or something like that. It's never been confirmed, but I know, or that's the story that I've heard, that there is a little bit of Aboriginal in my history. As for anywhere else, I don't know. Probably. Like, there's probably some various other things in there as well. Do you do any drugs? No, not now. Yu Hakusho in Portuguese is awesome too. I have not watched the Portuguese version. Baccano is also a good dub one. Anything that's set in a setting where they're supposed to be speaking English is a... makes sense as a dub. But like, if it's in Japan or something, just watch the sub. Just makes more sense. How high are you? What is my... How high am I above sea level? Let's find out. I am... Is Wikipedia going to help me? Give me an answer, Wikipedia. Thank you. Height above sea level? I cannot tell you. I'm not sure. I'm not that high up above sea level though. What are you doing in life? If you're still learning, what do you want to do afterwards? I finished uni like 2-3 months ago now. But hey, here's a cliche line for you. You're always learning in life. So, however that message goes, I don't know. Yeah. If you're still learning, what do you want to do afterwards? I have no idea. I don't like to particularly think too far in the future because I know what's always going to happen. I will hit a point where I realize all of those plans I don't have any interest for at all anymore, so I might as well just sort of think about into the short term enough where I have a direction I'm going, but I'm not gonna be like, here is my 10-year plan. Like, I don't have an answer for that. I don't expect deep thoughts from AniTubers who are morons. I'll give you that. Most AniTubers I cannot tolerate. It's the same thing with a lot of Linux YouTubers though. Like, a lot of people just have really nothing to say. Now, I know someone's probably gonna say, oh, but Brodie, you have nothing to say as well. And that's a fair point. I'll give you that. But you guys keep watching me. But no, most of the AniTubers I like are the Lukes of AniTubing. The people who don't actually talk about any anime. They're just sort of adjacent to the community. How can a Linux-loving anime-watching guy get a girlfriend? Do you have any advice for me and the rest of your viewers? I think you're best to ask Luke about having a girlfriend because, you know, Luke had a girlfriend once, and this girlfriend liked to read a lot. She liked to read so much that it was becoming a problem in their life. I don't know, go on Tinder or something. Just be well kempt and don't don't be weird and talk about Linux all the time or anime all the time. Just be a normal person, basically. Just go online and check some GitHub. Yeah, pick up women on GitHub. Flux, thank you. I know someone would tell me what it was. Let's see. Wait, can you hear? Okay, cool. The air conditioner's on now. I didn't know if you guys could hear it over in the mic there, but it seems like we're good. A few days ago, she was... Wait, are you memeing? This is how I met my GF. A few days ago, she was configuring her own polybar on i3, so I Linuxed her. I don't know if you're memeing or not. Maybe you are. I've heard stranger stories online, though. First time here, just say hello. I'll watch it tomorrow. It's 3 AM here. Please go to sleep. Sleep is good. As much as I hate Apple, them releasing a laptop with an ARM processor will help push ARM to the mainstream. Absolutely. Encouraging more software written for ARM if you want ARM to become popular. Yep, very true. If you want sleep good, there's a 2 in there. I can't read. Also, if you want to sleep good, find some music that you totally vibe with and play it quietly somewhere in the room. I've never tried the sleeping with music thing on because I'm the sort of person who likes the room to be basically dead silent. Maybe I'll try it at some point. Me cringe, nah cringe, everybody is cringe. I'll give you some cringe. Here we go. Give me 1 second. You guys might have seen it. I'm not going to play the video. I'll read the script for you. Here you go. Duh, cringe, duh, bringe, cringe. Is that all? I'm not going to read it all. Yeah, just look up duh, cringe. You'll find it. That you can do it. I lost where I was at. Redshift is so fat. Yeah, I like fat. Please start using fat from now on. Just go to Luke's channel or DT's channel and don't say cringe anymore. Please just say fat from now on. Which state is better, Queensland or South Oz? Also Melbourne or Sydney? It's really tough. Because I lived in rural Queensland, and I've only lived in metropolitan South Australia, so it's sort of comparing apples and oranges there. If I have to compare rural areas, though, because I have spent a lot of time out in rural South Australia, I really like the river. I have to say I like the river more, so I'm going to have to give it to South Australia. As for Melbourne or Sydney, I haven't spent enough time in either to say which one I like, but Melbourne has the Melbourne Comedy Festival. Yeah. For me, the worst anime I've seen is Valkyrie Drive Mermaid. Don't be mean to Valkyrie Drive. Valkyrie Drive is great. Watch Ghost Stories dubbed. It's a true gem. Yes. Everyone knows about Ghost Stories dubbed. Valkyrie Drive Mermaid has fat material on it. Yes, it does. It is, I'm honestly surprised by how much Japan can get away with putting on TV. How tall are you? No, don't be sorry about that. I am 5'9". Yeah, 5'9". So, you know, pretty average. I think I'm like an inch above average. I don't know what that is. I don't, like, the one thing Australians do height in, or one thing Australians use feet and inches for is height, sorry. That's how sentences are structured. I lived in Oz for 6 years as a Kiwi, and love it, but 6 still sounds like sex when you say it. I know, I say sucks. Yeah, I don't... 6. No, we say 6. You guys are the weird ones who say sex all the time. Is learning Polish to read the original Witcher worth it? I don't know. I do have a mate who is Polish, and apparently the Polish version's good. I don't know if it's worth it or not. If you are already in the process of learning Polish, it might be a good resource to actually get some native spoken language to actually practice with. That might be a good idea. Would you learn another language after Japanese? Maybe I will. Are you a fan of typesetting / LaTeX? Yes. Yeah, I did basically all of my final year assignments in LaTeX. It just makes stuff easier. Honestly, like, the problem I have with LibreOffice and stuff like that, one is that when you hand up something that was made in LibreOffice to a lecturer, it's very likely that it's going to break inside of Word. So if you just give them a PDF, it's easier. And two, you spend much less time working on the formatting. You just write what you want to write, and then later you can do the formatting if you need to. Are you working in your industry after finishing uni? I don't believe you are living only out of internet videos. I would love to be living out of only internet videos. Currently, no. Currently, no, but that might happen, or might change next year. We'll see how this year goes. This year, I just want to take a gap year, spend the entire year on YouTube, and then after that, I'll decide what I want to do. But right now, I'm also working in a supermarket. But you'd be surprised by how much I actually am making. I don't spend that much money anyway. It's not, don't get the wrong idea here. It's not like I'm rich or anything. I'm making basically minimum wage, but I'm almost at the point where I'm making about what I'm making at the supermarket. How was your day? It's pretty good. It's only like 12 p.m. here, or 12:05 p.m. So, day hasn't started that long ago, to be honest. I woke up at like 8 o'clock. That's the normal time I wake up, because with my my job, I finish at 11 p.m. So I'm usually in bed by about midnight every night. So even when I'm not working, it's just easier to stay on that schedule, always go to sleep at midnight, get my 8 hours, wake up at 8 a.m. and go from there. Favorite Annie-tubers? Sea-Dog VA. Yeah, Sea-Dog VA and the Anime Man, because they don't actually talk about anime. Imagine Luke talking to his girlfriend about who is the bottom of hell. Okay, you met her because of a friend, not on GitHub. Okay, I'd be really impressed if you managed to do that. I am from Poland, which are written in very old Polish. Even if you learn our language, it will be useless for this book series. Okay, there's your answer from someone who's Polish. Hello, Brodie, I bought pizza. Send some my way. I've actually got some pizza in the fridge right now. It's my housemates. I might steal some. Not a bad idea. Oh, yeah, Valkyrie Drive Mermaid. Some crap about girls becoming weapons after getting hot. We literally just watched it because of how absurd it is. Yeah, basically, yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Like, they get horny and then they turn into weapons. That's unironically how that series works. That is Valkyrie Drive Mermaid. Please go and watch it. It's really bad. I love it. Do you know about Yarak? No, I don't, because I can't pronounce it. It is? What is it? Haha. Haha, it's penis in Turkish. Okay, I'll give you that one. Thank you. I was waiting for someone to mess around with me like that. Well, what a bad word. Just like this anime where anime lollies transform into cars for some reason. Alright, that's the thing, isn't it? I sleep with music on for low volume for at least 10 years now. I just sleep really bad without any sound in the background. Okay. When are you going to get married? When I have a partner. Yeah. A partner who likes to read a lot of books. 5'9". How many is that in meters? I think it's 178 centimeters, roughly. So it's like 5'9.2 or something like that. I can't remember the exact number. It's either 176 or 178. The Polish version of The Witcher is good and worth it, but don't learn Polish unless you totally have to. So just watch it in, like, with English subtitles then. Yo, Brainstorm. I have a question for you. If you have a question for me, just ask it in the actual comment. You have to say I have a question for you. I think only US uses the British system. I have a question. Can US and UK use imperial units for certain things? We use it less than the UK does. The UK, they seem like they use it for some more things. We literally only use it for height. Anything else, and people will look at you like you're a moron. You look like you are Chechen, Georgian, Armenian, Azeri, or some far East European. What is your nationality? Maybe there's something in there I don't know about. The only stories that I've heard is that I am a descendant of one of the ship captains, not the first fleet or anything like that. One of the captains of a ship that came across to Australia. I know there's a bit of Aboriginal in my history, so all I know about is there is some sort of United Kingdom in there. I don't know where in United Kingdom, whether that's British or Irish or anything. I don't know what it is. I know somewhere from that set of islands, and there's a bit of Aboriginal, and that's all I know. Witcher isn't Polish. Even Sapkowski himself has written in one of the other books about. He used a lot of modern language in that series. What is your favorite bad anime? I don't know. I really don't. There's so many bad anime out there that I enjoy. Can I just be boring and say Sword Art? Yeah, Sword Art. Sword Art's actually a really good series. Like, unironically, Sword Art is a good series, and I recommend it. People like to hate on it because it's, like, really popular, but... basically, take anything that has a really long title and watch that. Any harem series that's adapted from a light novel is a good bet to go with. What is your favorite Minecraft ore? We are really far from Linux at this point. Okay. I actually don't know what if any of the new ores actually are. I was watching a Minecraft stream the other day, and there was ores in the nether, and I was real confused. Like, what? There's nether ores now? What is this? When I played the game, there was netherrack, and that's all you got. And you got, netherrack, glowstone, and lava. That is all there was in the nether. Wait, no, I think there was nether fortresses. Yeah, nether fortresses were in the game. It's been a very long time since I last played. I think I quit when the actual full release came out, so... I haven't played Minecraft in a long time. But if we're going to go with the original ores... Iron. Iron's pretty useful. Because once you get iron, that pretty much opens up the rest of the game for you. Diamond... You don't necessarily need diamond, because you can always make a portal with using lava buckets and water, which is the speedrun strat. So I'm going to say iron. So Brodie is single, girls. Yes, Brodie is single. I think 2%? 2% or 2.1%. I'll find you the exact number for my female audience, because it's surprisingly high. I think ever since I groomed the beard, the number's been going up. Audience. We are 2%. Oh, sorry, it's gone down a little bit. So that's sad. We are 2% female. Jasker is the name. Oh, they're talking about the Witcher now in Polish. I can't understand any Imperial units. My brain is too used to simple and round metric units. Yeah, they're better, aren't they? I like these, hey, when does water boil? 100 degrees. When does water freeze? 0 degrees. That's all you need. Hey, if you want to measure something, how do you go up to the next set of units? You go up by, it's 10, or it's 100, or it's 1,000. Very simple. Netherite. Well, there's other nether ores, aren't there? There's this gold sort of thing. Is it just regular gold in the nether? I don't know if it... This is what I mean. I haven't played Minecraft in so long. I know I've seen this gold-looking thing in the nether. Isn't it also like a quartz thing or something? I know, I sound like a massive boomer right now talking about Minecraft like this. Because I played since 1.3 of the beta. So, either 1.2 or 1.3, whichever update Beds came out in. So, a very long time ago. Yeah. Would you start your own forum or subreddit? Well, turns out we already have a subreddit. That subreddit is r/Brodie Robertson. There are currently... How many members are there? There are currently 5 members. So, if you want to go and be in the quietest subreddit known to man, come join r/Brodie Robertson and make it less quiet. Post memes or something. I don't know. I gave you some pogs earlier, so make some pog memes or something. Would I start my own forum, though? I don't... Maybe? Maybe I would. I don't know. Like, most forums end up just consolidating on Reddit anyway. So, I don't know about forums. Let's see. Tell us a fact about Aussies the rest of the world needs to know. That's a tough one. Because I know you guys probably know that we went to war against the emus at one point. Oh, here's one. Most koalas have chlamydia. There you go. There's one for you. If you want something about the Australian people, I don't have one about the Australian people. Oh yeah, here's one. We swear at you because we like you. There we go. Also because we hate you, and we don't really care about you. Basically, we swear at you for any reason whatsoever. Yeah. I swear you look Chechen. Do you know about the open source quantum computing thingy? I'll just search for open source quantum computing thingy and see what comes up. Let's find out what comes up when I search for open source quantum computing. I know that it exists. Do you mean the Microsoft Quantum Development Kit? Is that what you're talking about, or is there something else you're referring to? Oh no. Wait, Mao Gakuin. We're gonna read this name. Oh, it's that one. Yeah, that's a bad series. I recommend it. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. No, the full name. Okay, so the shortened down English name of it is the Misfit of Demon King Academy. Here is the full Japanese name though. Mao Gakuen no Fute Kigosha Shijo Saikyo no Mao no Shiso Tensai Shite Shison Tachi no Gakoe. That's too long of a name. If I need to breathe in the middle of your name, that's you need less syllables, basically. Gold just dropped gold nuggets. Okay. And quartz, forgot about the useless one since it's I forgot about this one because it's mostly useless. I wonder what is the woman's favorite distro. Obviously Gentoo, because you have to be a man to install Gentoo. Or maybe, if we can... No, Templar. Can we just go general Unix? Just say Temple OS. Yeah. That's Demon King one, right? I have a friend that works at a big tech company and says most people use Ubuntu, women too. Well, yeah, if you're gonna use Linux in a company, most people are probably gonna use some variant of Ubuntu or Debian or something like that, because the point isn't, hey, we're gonna be running the Linux desktop. It's like, hey, we're running Linux, we want to get some work done. Hey, Brodie, I commented on that live stream you did doing WonnyCon. Have you taken a look at immersion learning? Yes, I have, actually. I went and watched, I think, what video was it that Matt did talking about how he has a MP3 player where he just all the time is playing Japanese audio. I haven't been doing it as much because I find it difficult sometimes to be listening to stuff. Like, when I'm doing a video, I can't listen to anything else. I have to have the place be silent, basically. But when I'm editing and just generally sitting around, I'll have... I think the most recent thing I've been watching has been... there's a 5-hour stream that Lammy and Nene did playing Minecraft. Lammy... No, it was the one on Nene's channel, isn't it? Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one. But yes, I definitely have looked at immersion stuff. And what I've been doing is every time I hear something that I don't recognize, I'll just go look up the word, see if I sort of can work out how that makes sense, and go from there. There have been some things where I haven't exactly worked it out because I've heard it and not understood exactly the way it's supposed to be spelled. And when it's like that, it's kind of difficult to look up the word. But yeah, I've been watching a lot of, I guess I've just been listening to a lot of VTuber stuff just running in the background. And that, I don't know if it's going to help, but I feel like it's helping at least with getting a bit of vocabulary down. Australia is very nationalist. Why is Australia not an island? Is it not an island? Are we talking about... Are we going to make some sort of really nonsense argument that because it's on a tectonic plate, it's not an island? Is that the argument we're going to make here? Well, TempleOS it's a Unix distro. Well, it's a Unix distro. It's a Unix-based system. One of their prime ministers drifted out to sea. They named a swimming pool after him. Oh, Australia. Do you have merch? No. Maybe one day? If you guys really want it, I might do it at some point. I know, like, PLG sells merch, and Chris Titus sells merch. I'll do it at some point. I'm not in any desperate desire to do it. Like, you're probably the only person I've seen actually ask about it. So, I'll do it at some point. Or if there's a lot of people who just suddenly want it. Yeah. What we got here? Go check your sub... Oh, no. Did someone post something on the subreddit? Luke Smith in a nutshell. Okay. Yes, this is what I expect from this this subreddit. Thank you. Please post here, and then we will eventually do meme reviews on a stream. This is the high level of quality I expect from Reddit. Thank you for that. I do a lot of work on Manjaro. Previously, I've done work on Fedora for years. Well, yeah, Manjaro as well. But you're not going to see, like, people working at a company being like, hey, go and install Arch Linux or Gentoo. Because that just doesn't make any sense. Do you plan to start a Jitsi server? Absolutely. Absolutely, I plan to start up a Jitsi server. I installed Jitsi. I connect to it. It works. I send the link to someone. They connect to it. It crashes. I don't know what the problem is. If someone happens to know, I've been trying to check it out, trying to work it out. I have not managed to work out what the problem with it is. So if someone has any experience working with Jitsi and knows the solution, please tell me. Because I really want to use Jitsi for the podcast, and I am currently using it, but I'm using one of the public instances. I'd much rather have something hosted myself, though. TempleOS has no networking. Well, then write your own networking. How long have I been learning Japanese? A month? Yeah, I'll say about a month. So not to the point where I'm actually good at all. I know a bit of vocab. Like, I can count to 10. And I can, I can say, like, chisai and kudasai. And my pronunciation's terrible and stuff. Or, here we go. Here's one random one for you. My birthday is, what is it? So it's April 9th. If anyone doesn't know my birthday, it's April 9th. And that is going to be, Shigatsu, what, wait, now I'm forgetting, is it Shigatsu Koka? I'm forgetting what, wait, I feel dumb now. What is 9 days? Give me 1 second. We're going, I was gonna try to sound impressive there, and then I completely forget how to say, 9 days. 9 days. Sorry, no, it's Kokonoka. So, Shigatsu Kokonoka. There you go. There's my birthday. What was I thinking of? No, Toka is 10 days. And then Yoka is 8 days. That's what I was getting mistaken on. You're gonna have fun when you get to the point where you can understand the language but not speak it. I can understand like 30%. Like, I don't know grammar structure, but I know enough vocab to like understand the general flow of a conversation. But if someone's like, hey, you should talk in Japanese, I'm like, I have no idea how to start that. That's what they call passive immersion. The main thing you're pushing against is active immersion. Yeah, I do need to do some more active stuff. Definitely. The problem is finding time. That's the big problem. Finding time to sit down and actively study Japanese. That's the biggest problem I have. Have you been overseas? I think I've answered this before. Like 3 times. No, I haven't. Never been overseas. I've been on a boat before. Does that count? I've been on a boat on the ocean. Merch your 6 shirts. Good taste. The thumbnail ones. Oh, God. Just put my thumbnails on a shirt. That's one way to do it, isn't it? I'm working in a contracting company, and 2 weeks ago I had to work far away from home. So they gave me my room in the office to stay in for 2 weeks. So basically, I took my laptop with me and the booze. Thoughts on using org mode with Vim? I think that it could be really cool, but the org mode plugin is garbage. Like, I did that video on it just because I sort of want more attention to go to it, but I don't think that it's actually, at this point, a good tool to run. That's what I am right now with English. Can't speak it very fluently. Do you know what really bothers me? When people in comment sections like, hey, English is my second language, and then they speak perfect English, better than I speak. So it seems like your English is actually really good, but you just don't maybe have the confidence in how well you can actually speak it. I actually met a person that was all, like all of those, by the way, I use Archlinux memes. I'm not surprised. There probably are some people out there. Oh no, I can't read that kanji. Let's see. Let's go to Jisho. What is Jisho going to tell me? Oh yeah, Jisho's a good website. Do your best, go Gambatte. Thank you. Yes. I think I'd use like 4 gigs of RAM. 4 or 5 gigs of RAM. Like, that's just because I have so much other stuff running. Though, if you have nothing running, you can get it as low as like 1 or 2. Do you know how to say, hi, I'm Brodie, I'm from Australia? I know how to say I'm Australian. Watashi wa Brodie ga Australia jin desu. There you go. My grammar might be wrong there. Also, my pronunciation's horrible, but Australia jin desu. Yeah, something like that. I really hate katakana versions of country names. They're horrible. The only Japanese I know is Kusukure, because of that pick and be clip. It's actually great how you can make watching anime be massively productive use of your time. Finding time for your immersion. Yeah, one of the things that I might start doing very soon is turning off subs for stuff, just so I can use that as immersion time. Because that's probably the only time where I can actually sit down and say, I'm going to actively watch something in Japanese. So if I just turn the subs off, that might be a pretty good use of that time. Would you ever do a dot file ranking? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I don't know what you mean by dot file ranking. If you're going to merch shirts, please make it floral ones. Sure, maybe. I might buy it for myself. Sorry, English is not my primary language. I want to tell you that English is my second language. Of course it is. Of course it is. All you people who know English as a second language and speak it better than I do. Let's see. What is this? Sore Sore da ga de... Wait, sore da... sore da ke... Sore dake de... Sore dake de ga... Nai watashi deshita. I don't know if you're messing with me. I don't know, this is actually a sensible sentence. I'm terrible at reading. Thoughts on the Wojak meme? I think that, like, 3 years ago, the Wojak meme was entertaining, and then it got way overdone. But, you know, I don't expect creativity to come from 4chan. Actually, that's a bad idea. I shouldn't have said that. Please don't ruin my channel, 4chan. I like you guys. You're cool. But you guys like to beat memes into the ground, that's for sure. When it comes to perfect language speaking, it's because they're paying attention to what they say, whereas you're not, since it's... Yeah, okay, that's fair. English is my primary language, so I just let it slip into god-awful accents. English is my second language, and I always proofread that I write 5-6 times for posting. I should do a poll and work out how many people English is a second language for, because I've spoken to so many people, and it seems like there's more people with English as a second language watching this channel than as a first. Does Australia have any other main language besides English? No, English is the national language, but all of the, like, Aboriginal tribes, because basically it's very similar to the way that, you know, the Native American tribes would have worked. You have all of these little tribes, and none of them speak the same language, basically. So all of these tribes that basically that lived isolated from each other, basically all developed their own languages. Is hair bloat? Yes. I mean, ranking your subs.files in GitHub. Maybe? I know DT was asked to do that. I don't know if that would be an entertaining video to watch, though. Start with anime you've watched before, but with subs. So you won't be as bothered. Yeah, okay, I might go back and watch... I don't know, maybe I'll go back and watch Fate or something, or Steins Gate. That might be fun. So basically you want me to do a Reddit meme review, but for Unix porn. Okay, maybe. Maybe that'll happen. Of course you are. Of course you're another English as a second language speaker. What are your favorite clothes besides the floral shirts you wear for your thumbnails? I like a lot of my my comedy tour shirts. This one, what is this one? This is Why So Serious. So this is from Isaac Butterfield's show that he did last year. I've also got one in there, not last year, the year before, sorry, because there was no shows last year. I've also got No Slide Season in there from Lewis Spears, Tambourine Tour from Luke Kidgel, and whatever Frenchie's last tour was. Turned It Up. Yeah, that's what it was. I know Isaac is fairly popular outside of Australia, but I don't know about Frenchie or Lewis. Actually, Lewis has had some pretty viral videos, so maybe you guys know about Lewis. I don't know. What is this? What do you got here? My katakana is very, very rusty at this point. I really need to practice katakana more. Helsinki. Helsinki is the capital of Finland. Okay. Does gibberish count as language? If so, that's my first language. I don't know. Maybe there's something there. I'm not a language researcher, but I imagine that whatever that study is called has probably done some sort of study on the language that is used as babies are trying to form a language. English is my third language. I understand everything, but I'm not good with writing or speaking, so every time a word I don't know how to speak, so every time a word I don't know how to write, I go to DuckDuckGo and let it correct me for me. I do that anyway. A lot of the times I'll forget how to spell a word, chuck it into DuckDuckGo or start page, and whatever auto corrects to, I'm like, I'll go with that. I'm just interested in learning a language, not particularly. I think linguistics, that's the field of study I was thinking of. Thank you. I think linguistics is an interesting field. But yeah, it's not something I particularly want to focus my time on. I read, hear, write, and speak so much English I mostly don't even recognize anymore. It's not my native language. That's the point where you can say that you become fluent. Once you've got to the point where it doesn't feel like you're trying to do something, like I could, like, this is how a fluent language should be. If you can go outside and you see like a billboard and you just instantly know what that billboard says, that's the point where you're fluent at reading. And if you can like hear a conversation and you don't need to think about what's being said, you can just listen and you instantly know what it is, that would be a level of fluency. I'm from Bulgaria, so English is my second language. That's cool. Nashonadu. We need more loan words in Japanese just to make the language harder to learn. Yes, I am wearing pants right now. I am wearing some track pants. Even though it's actually kind of really hot today. I should go put some shorts on, but I'll do that after the stream's over, basically. English not my main language. English is not my main language, but I speak so much of it that my internal monologue is mostly in English. That's pretty cool. Wait, is that ha? Wait, am I dumb? I really need to practice. I really need to practice my katakana. Really need to practice it. Yes, it is ha. Okay, cool. It's not as dumb as I thought I was. Okay. This says, happy to bed to my that's probably way off. Yeah, I need practice. Very much into practice. Are you straight? I am very straight. Yeah. Even though one of the guys at work keeps hitting on me every time I go to work. Literally every time I'm there, he's hitting on me. I don't know if he's in the stream today, actually. He sometimes shows up. Stop giving me katakana practice. Okay, anyway. I know more English in my native language. That's impressive. Oh yeah, talk later, man. If you want to play some Borderlands, we can do so maybe tomorrow, I guess. Or tonight, I don't know. I'll let you know on Discord, or just, yeah, send me a message on Discord to work out a plan for that. What's with the word drops? The word drops? You mean me... Wait, am I dropping words from my sentences? Am I just getting that old? Changing into shorts will be posted on OnlyFans. Maybe. A couple months ago, I made a compilation of Luke saying okay for 1 minute straight. I posted your subreddit for that sweet karma. If you want to do something similar, go make a compilation of me saying so. So, and, what's the other thing I say? As you see. Or as we see here. So, and as we see here. Both of those. That's a good gamer name for Twitch. What is a good gamer name for Twitch? I'm missing something. I'm half Arab, half Swedish. Does that mean I have two native languages? Can you speak both of them fluently? If you can do that, then yes. I know Joey, the anime man, he's basically fluent, like, he's not basically, he is fluent in Japanese, and English. Like, it's not like he's just conversationally good in Japanese. Like, he can actually speak Japanese to the point where he can teach native speakers Japanese. Like, that's the point he's at. Practice make perfect. Yes, it does. Hey, Brodie, Happy New Year. Good luck in your career. I wish for the best of you. Nice quote on your GitHub. If you wait for inspiration. Yeah, that I know. It's very thoughtful quote. Did you know there are blind programmers? I would imagine that... Wouldn't you do that with, like, screen readers? Yeah, you'd... Like, yeah, you'd just use a screen reader, wouldn't you? And either have text-to-speech to actually write out the code, or you would have some other... You'd probably use some sort of modified keyboard, I would imagine. I don't know, if there's any blind programmers in here, let me know how it works. I once saw a blog post written by a blind programmer who used a screen reader software to use the computer. Yeah, the screen reader part I understand. It's the writing the code part that I'm not 100% sure about. I know that's the kanji for big. And then some other kanji that I have literally no idea about. Taiki Kenkyu. I know Kenkyu. Study. Taiki Kenkyu Ongaku. Wait. 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 Ongaku, not Kenkyu. What am I saying? Ongaku. I can't speak, apparently. I'm getting better at hiragana. Hiragana I am better at. And then I'd screw up straight away. Do you trim your beard yourself, or do you go to a barber? I used to go to a barber, and then I realized that me doing it myself is about as good as the barber was doing anyway, so I just do it myself now. Plus, it's cheaper. So, same reason why, you know, DT shaves his head, because you don't have to pay for someone to cut it then. How easy is it for you to make live streams with Linux? I just fire up... I don't know, maybe a couple of years ago it would be hard, but nowadays you just fire up OBS, stick your stream key in it, and then everything just magically works. Here's the Luke video that was being talked about just before. Yeah, I'm probably going to spend the rest of the day doing some kanji study and also doing some refreshers on katakana. Because I don't want my katakana to get rusty because it's used so much when you get into, like, VTuber chats. Because everyone's just using loan words all the time. Because if you go watch, like, Nene or Lamy, and half the sentence is in English. It's just, in like 50 years, Japanese is going to be English with Japanese grammar. So many blind people don't know about Vim. I don't know, maybe there's a way to use Vim productively if you're blind. I don't know. If you could, I don't know, does Vim work properly with a screen reader, though? That's the only concern I would have. But yeah, as for the live streaming thing, I pretty much just fire up OBS, put my stream key in, magically it all just goes over to the server, and that's all I do. I can understand literally everything on 3 languages other than Bulgarian. Jesus. Since you're from Australia, what do you think about the fires? I think they're bad. So, yeah, I've never mentioned, like, the area I live in, but I was about half an hour drive from one of the big fires. So it was pretty close by for me. And for like 2 or 3 months afterwards, you could just see nothing but smoke for all the way, like, because I live up on a hill, usually I can see all the way to the beach. I'm not close to the beach, I'm just that high above sea level. And you just couldn't see anything for months. So, yeah, and a lot of places are still recovering from damage. How much English grammar do you know? E.g., what's a subject, direct, object, passive construction, etc.? That's another problem. I have heard that if you want to learn grammar in another language, it's good to also learn it in your first language first. So I'm just not very good at grammar in general. So it's I'm sort of making it harder for myself as well. Can you give me an opinion? Wait, I'm very new at scripting. Can you give me your opinion about a script I made for displaying album art with Dunst? Send me a link on like Mastodon or Twitter or something like that, or on Discord, wherever, and I'll check it out. I don't know what I can really say about it, because I'm not really great at scripting either. I just sort of do it, and I just hack it until it works. Well, yeah, I learned grammar at school, but I don't really pay that much attention to it. And because you're a fluent speaker anyway, you don't really think about the grammar. It just sort of comes to you naturally. I think Vim relies on a lot of muscle memory. Yes. Yes, it does. What provider are you using for the Jitsi server? Well, hey guys, I have a link in the description down below. We can go get a... Actually, is it in the description? I don't know. If it's not in the description, it should be in the description. To get yourself a server with Linode. Go get your server. It's $5 a month for the cheapest server. You get basically the same sort of server that everyone else gives you, but you also help the channel at the same time. So that's cool. Yeah, and they offer Arch Linux servers and Gentoo servers because they feel like it. So that's cool. Australia relies a lot on coal mining. Not just coal mining, just mining in general. A lot of our economy is very reliant on the mining industry, which is a problem because a lot of that stuff also gets sold to China, and China was sort of in a bit of a trade war with. So, yeah. I know better English grammar than my native language. Yeah, if you're gonna study it, you probably do. Like, I imagine Luke probably knows more about Latin grammar than he knows about English grammar. My college allowed writing text in LaTeX. Well, they wanted it submitted as a PDF. So, as long as you could turn it into a PDF, they don't care what you make it in. How many servers do you run? Currently, I've got 2. I've got my game server, which is getting used like once a month, and which also broke last time I tried to use. So we've got that server and the Jitsi server, which is also not working properly. I remember one time when I joined a Discord server, they have a bot called Brodie bot for every time you upload a video. Yeah, I do have that. Makes it easier. You look like you worked for schools. Me? I do? My school didn't have a newspaper, but sure. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, well, sure. I didn't know about... I've never learned Latin, so I couldn't tell you that. So I guess, yeah, Latin grammar and English grammar are the same. I have my master nodes for my business on G-Cloud, but it's so expensive. Thank God it has trial credit. Why are you using G-Cloud? Like, of all the things you could pick, I just want to know why you're using G-Cloud. Germanic languages grammar is heavily influenced by Latin, and English is a mix of Germanic, Germanofranic. French is Latin, but later and simplified. Explain Linode for us layman. Okay. Linode is a service where you can go and rent a VPS. I'll go to their website. Let's find out what we can actually get from Linode. And where's their product page? Pricing list. Is that the one I want? Here we go. Here's some Linode for you. So you can go get things like, say, a shared compute plan. So this is basically a VPS. Or if you want to get some, like, block storage, this would be similar to having, like, a S2 bucket on AWS. So you can get, like, what? Yeah, all of this stuff. You can check out the price in here. Actually, wait, maybe... No, so this one's the one that's, like, the bucket. S3 bucket, not S2 bucket, sorry. Here you go. $100 a month, 250 gig. Oh, sorry, no. $100 a month, 10 gig. I looked at the wrong scale. 10 gig, 10 terabyte. 10 terabyte, 1 terabyte outbound, up to 50 million objects per cluster. Yeah. You can get backups, and you can get node balances, and basically everything you could possibly want. I'm gonna accept Linux stuff because it's a sponsor. But yeah, I like Linode. They're cool. Yeah. That's all the Linux stuff you're getting. I think there's a link in the description. If there's not, then it's on every other one of my videos. What programming languages do I know? I wouldn't say I'm amazing at anything, but I know Python, Java, JavaScript is probably where I'm most proficient in. A bit of C++, a bit of Swift, and a bit of C#. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh wow, we're at 2.5 hours already. Okay, I should probably end this off pretty soon. Jesus. And I think we've basically gone through all the questions. I don't see anything else in here. So, you know what? I will end it off now. Okay, what is my favorite tea? That's a very important question. I like Linode. They are cool. Yes. I hope Linode puts that on their website. Right now, this is this is what my teacup had in it. Yeah, can we focus on it? Look at that. Australian afternoon from 20. I love that I can do that. I really love that I don't have my I don't use manual focus when I'm recording like this. The manual focus on the webcam was garbage. Let's see. What are your short-term goals for this channel? Well, this year, I would like to hit 20k. 20k would be a massive, massive goal for the channel. And I would like to be getting... If it's like 17, 18k... Yeah, it's up... Oh, I didn't mention that. If you use my link, you get $100 credit. So you can sign up, use the $100 credit. If you get the 5 gigabyte VPS, the $5 VPS, that will last you a year and a half. So do that. That's cool. And then if you stick with it, then I eventually get paid from it, which I think is cool. But I would like to hit 20k on this channel, and 18k views every like 48 hours. That's both of those are big goals. The podcast channel, I would like to see monetized by the end of the year, so at least 1,000 subs on that one. And the gaming channel, I'm just going to keep playing games and enjoying that one. Do you play with drones? No, I don't. I would like to. I know I have some mates with some drones. I don't have one myself. I'm your Discord with the same name. If you want to talk about Japanese learning, just hit me up. Oh, cool, man. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. Collab with Callie. That would be fun. But no, that's never going to happen. Wait, your link is $100 credit. Yes, it is. It's not in the description. I'll fix that. Okay. Let me just go to my channel. My channel. Here we go. Where's my Linode link? Let's go to this video here. Thank you for that. I'll put it in the... Oh, God, don't play my video. $100. Oh, I have to edit it. Edit video. There we go. And... Here we go. I'll post it in chat. And there we go. There's a link to Linode. And it'll be in the description as well now. When I can work it out how to do that. Edit description. What? Why did I not put it in here? I feel dumb. There you go. Now it's in here. Thank you for that. Did you try preparing tea that is not bagged? I usually find those tea of much higher quality, but unfortunately more expensive. Yeah, that's very true. I'm also lazy, so I like bagged tea. Is that the best tea? No. But I also drink instant coffee, so what are you gonna do about it? just accept it as it is and just go with it pretty much. Sure, okay, we'll end off with one more question. Why did you decide to start YouTube? I've been thinking about doing YouTube videos for a very, very long time. I've done a few channels here and there. Maybe one day I'll tell you about my first channel, which is the best channel in existence on YouTube. I will eventually tell you guys about it. But I've done YouTube stuff here and there. I once did a RuneScape channel. I once did some other channels. And now I'm doing a Linux channel. I don't know. I sort of just like talking about things, pretty much. And even though I'm not a very outgoing person in, like, IRL, there's something about putting me in front of a camera where I just talk about nothing for hours, pretty much. So, yeah, the other thing, the reason why I started specifically the Linux channel, so I started watching Luke's stuff, and I didn't like the way he was presenting a lot of his content. And this was back when Luke actually, like, made Linux videos. I didn't like the way he made his videos because there was a lot of stuff that he skipped out on. He sort of assumed that all of his viewers were very advanced Linux users who always knew everything that they were going to be doing. Like, here are exactly what the configs are called. Here are where the configs are located. Even things like how to install stuff and things like that. I didn't like that he skipped out a lot of that stuff because I was just learning at that time and I didn't know about any of that stuff. And I realized there's going to be other people in the exact same situation. So I decided that when I started making my channel, I would try to cover advanced topics, but also provide extra stuff that helps a newer user actually get onboarded more into actually doing that. And that sort of helps everyone, because even if you don't like how there's a bunch of new users using Arch Linux, I feel like having all of that attention then on more free software ends up allowing all of us to get just better software being made. So, yeah. I actually haven't drank Yorkshire tea. So, I need to. Yeah, it is simple, but, you know. OSRS. I refuse to play RuneScape again. I played that game for 7 years, and it's not happening again. I don't care how much you guys ask me. I've played RuneScape way too long, and I'm not going back to it. It's just not happening. I don't like Linode because I can't pay with PayPal. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. I think you do need to have a credit card directly attached to it, which is only a minor thing. Well, I don't show how to install a lot of stuff because a lot of it is super simple, but I still go over things like how to configure stuff and things like that, rather than just being like, just read the documentation. There comes a point where after I've said how to install stuff so many times that I can just say, okay, if you want to know that, I have like 100 videos where I go over that. Check out one of those. Why do you regret putting yourself in your thumbnail? Go to my Discord and go to the fan art section. Just go to the fan art section and look at what Meeseeks made. It's all of it. Everything that Meeseeks has ever made. That's why. I don't really regret it. That was a joke. Basically, people are just making memes with my face now, and it's great. I love it. But, yeah. I have only a debit card. Oh, that's sad. Yeah. Well, I've got a debit card, but in Australia, it's pretty easy to get yourself a debit card that can be used online. So, it's still a debit card, but it's got, like, the... What is it? CSV numbers? CVV? Whatever the numbers on the back are called. And it just basically takes money directly out of your account rather than being a credit card. And that's honestly a better way to do it, and I've never had a credit card. I'm fresh at Linux too. My main problem that I don't know where the program install and their config file is located, if there's any. Yeah, that's one of the things I wanted to address. Even though, yeah, you can go read the documentation. Yeah. A good channel is also from Emano Ferrari. Yeah, it's CVV. Thank you for that. I'll check that channel out. Okay, I'm going to stop delaying it. We've actually hit 2.5 hours now. You got a Richard... Wait, you got a Stallman number or two... Wait, you got a Stallman number or 2 in 6 degrees of Richard Stallman. Yeah, okay. I will actually end the podcast, end the live stream now. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to check out the Reddit, as I mentioned earlier, if you're still here. If you are new, if you're new to the stream, you check out the Reddit. It's probably not going to be very active for a while, but hey, if people start joining it, it'll become more active. So that'll be cool. I definitely want to collab with DT at some point again. Luke, I definitely want to do. Wolfgang, I would love to do as well. Wolfgang he seems like a really cool dude. Also, Mental Outlaw will be on the podcast one day when I eventually get to it. So, thank you guys for watching. And, yeah, see you later. See you, Space Cowboy. Sure, we'll go with that. Let me just play the outro music from Harris Heller. Here is whatever the song, Dirty Dan from Harris Heller. I'll do a 24-hour stream one day. You can't do that without preparing. And do. Oh, my mic's not muted. No, okay, I'll answer that last question. I have... Actually, I've on the wrong screen. I have a phone, I use it, I try to avoid it. I don't have any, like, social media or anything on it besides, like, what I use for the channel. Yeah, basically, I'm not as against it as Luke is, so... But I try to avoid using it, because it's typically just a waste of time using. But I will use it if I need to. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will end the stream now.